Hello student, welcome to first tutorial video from Unit 2 of ICIT examination. The topic name is cell and cell organelles. This particular topic is very important for your exam point of view because each year or any alternate year at least 2 to 3 questions are coming from this section. So try to concentrate on the lecture and recapitalize your whole topics. So first of all, if you want to know about the cell is basically the structural and functional unit of each and every living beings. So cell is the very common things that is found in prokaryotes, eukaryotes, plants and animals in case of eukaryotes. So a number of differences are also present and common functions are also present. So in our cases, we are mostly highlighting on plant cells and some part of animal cell also. So very common way. What are the common definition or common features available in case of plant and animal cells? We can see each and every plant or animal cells are basically found of a cell wall or cell membrane, we can say. Cell wall is not present in case of animal cell, but cell membrane is present in case of both organisms. A jelly-like substances that is called cytoplasm, where all the cell organelles are situated, and a central unit that is called nucleus, that basically the site of our hereditary material. So it is very important to know what are the similarities and difference between plant cell and animal cells. These are the basic units. You can see here a nucleus, a cytoplasms, subcellular organelles and cell wall, what I have told you. So first of all, this particular cell has been observed by and discovered by Robert Hooke. In some year this question is coming, who discovered cell. Actually, he have seen under the microscope the comb-like structure of comb honeybee. In honeybee comb, the similar structure in the cork cell, he has been found like this type of structure. So he first pointed out this as a cell. Later on, a number of scientists has given or postulated some theories. One of them is Sladen and Swan. This question is also coming, that what is the cell theory? Cell theory is basically consisting of a number of small features that is very common for cell. So coming into the cell theory, in case of cell theory or cell doctrine, animal and plant cell differs from each other superficially but have same pattern of organization and construction, as I said earlier. So this is the first and basic concepts of cell theory, and after that a number of scientists has been given the advanced cell theory, that is cell is the functional biological unit of all organisms. Later on, R. Virchow, another scientist, given cell lineage theory. What is cell lineage theory? Cell is the hereditary unit of an organism. Earlier it has been said only functional biological units, but he described this as a hereditary unit because within the cell the nucleus is present where the DNA, the gene, the basic hereditary materials are present. That's why he told that cell is the hereditary unit of an organism. So now going into the point into the plant cell. So we'll discuss about the plant cell, what are its components and what are its organelles, what are their function, how it is organized into the system, all the things. So before this, we want to know that what are the basic diagram or structure of this plant cell. As I have given the basic structure of the plant cell in the last pictures here. You can see here, this is the typical plant cell structure. If we compare this can be compared as a society. We can say this is a society. In a specific society or town, what are the things are there? There are so many things you can see. It has a particular powerhouse system where from electricity is generated. A specific water tank bodies where the water supplies are given. It is stored here. A particular main office or headquarter where from all the things are directed. Here it can be said as nucleus. In some cases, it has a particular post offices where all the materials, all the communications has been sorted out and distributed over all the societies. That is given here by Golgi bodies. You can see here. And there are some kitchens or particular dining halls, big dining halls where we are making the foods. So this can be compared uniquely of plant cells with a society of our modern society. All the things are within the system. So other minor things are also important for this, like peroxisome, ribosomes. Ribosome is very short things, but it has a huge number of importance in plant cell and development. And all the cells, outer cellulary organs are separated. You can see here it can be separated from outermost environment with cell wall. The outer wall is called cell wall and the inner wall is called cell membrane or plasma membrane. Here it has been described. So coming into the first point, the cell wall. This is the cell wall. We can see here cell wall is the outermost covers and it is typically present in case of plant cell because it has a unique function that is not required for animal cells, because plant are very sessile organisms and they does not have such type of movements, so they have to make their immunity much more better than animal. So they have developed their structural features with cell wall. Cell wall is very rigid because its components is composed of in that way that it can be give toughness and stiffness of that plant cell. So plant cell are basically surrounded envelopes and at the lower part of the plant cell wall basically consisting of plasma membrane. So plasma membrane is again, this is the common unit for plant and animal cell both. This is the common. So plant cell wall is consisting of two different types or two different parts, you can say. In some cases primary cell wall is omnipresent, basically not omnipotent, omnipresent in all cases of plants, but secondary cell wall is somehow it is rarely present or some in cases it is highly present. So primary cell wall, what is the component of primary cell wall? The primary cell wall consisting of cellulose. This is the basic structural unit of cell wall, and this cellulose is made up of polysaccharide chain of repeating glucose unit. You have to understand a number of glucose unit are this way. This is the pentose sugar. We can give a structure in this way. One by one glucose units are joined together by beta 1,4 linkage to make a number of polysaccharide units, polysaccharide chains you can say, and that is cellulose. And other beside the cellulose, other structural components are hemicellulose and pectin. This is very important though. So what are the basic components of primary cell wall? That is cellulose, hemicellulose and pectin. And the secondary cell wall, the secondary cell wall, this is the internal, no, basically this is the internal areas of the plant cell wall, and it's give the strength and rigidity of some woody plants. You have seen a number of plants that are very very big and tree like structure, and for making their structure so much tough, the secondary cell wall requirements are very very high. So cell wall, secondary cell wall is consisting of basically the small part of lignin and suberin. Lignin is the basic components, and beside this, in some cases, suberin is also there. So lignin give the toughness and structural conformation of the plants. So from this section, what we can understand, we can get, that is the determine the shape and size of the cell, provides protection from the cell from pathogen attack, because in most of the cases pathogens like fungi, bacteria, microbes can enter into the cells, but the cell wall is initially primary defense response from the outer pathogen. It provides mechanical support. A big tree can stand with the help of roots. It may be taller than 10 meters also, but it can still stand there with the help of mechanical support. So cell wall is very very important. So it provides transports one cell wall to another cell wall, from one cell to another cell. The cell wall gives a specific features by which cellular materials can be transferred from one cell to another cell. That is also an important part of cell wall function. So first note, it is very very important, sometimes the question is coming. In case of bacterial envelope, the cell wall of bacterial envelope, specifically primary cell wall, is consisting of peptidoglycan substances. In case of plant cell, this is cellulose, but in case of microbes or bacterial cell, it is consisting of peptidoglycans. So this is the difference between the cell wall of plant cell and microbial cells or bacterial cells. So another important term is plasmodesmata. This is the pores. You can see each and every area in a part, that is a pore. So there is a passage in between the cell wall wherefrom cellular materials can be transferred from one cell to another cell. So these small apertures known as canal of cell wall or plasmodesmata. It is very very important for plant cell also. Next point is next very very important, that is cell membrane. This is common for plant and animal cell. The plasma lemma, the question is also coming. The plasma lemma, this is a term first given in case of cell membrane by J.Q. Ploer in 1931. And later on so many features has been described, and cell membrane, you can see here, this is the very very thin like structure. It's only 75 to 100 Armstrong long, and this is very very elastic because it has to be moved. If some pressure will be created, if it is not elastic, then it can be ruptured. Plasma membrane is tri-layer membrane. This is the unique feature of plasma membrane. Why it is tri-layer? Because it is situated and composed of three layers: protein, lipid and protein. You can see PLP, that is why it is called PLP, protein lipid structure. Outer wall is consist of protein and inner wall is consisting of lipids, and in between lipid layer. You can see in the earlier the diagram here. In this diagram we can easily see that this is the phospholipid in the outer area, and this is the protein unit, that is basically a complex or conjugated protein, that is called glycoprotein. Glycogen molecules are attached here, and again another unit of phospholipids, again protein. In this way, one by one, the trilayer membranes are composed. So this part is hydrophilic, basically phospholipid layer. That is why it is hydrophilic in the outer wall and the inner wall walls. So they cannot allow any type of materials into the cell because they have been very selective for this. That's why the cell membrane is having the function of selective permeability. Selective permeability in which they can choose which one material has to be entered into the cell and which are not. Second, after this is the unit membrane, PLP membrane. It's conjugated to each other to make an unit membrane and function like separation of one cell to another cell. And for this cell membrane, there are some features has been given by another scientist by fluid mosaic theories. That is also important. Plasma membrane functions we have seen here. Next, permeability purpose it has been used, what I have told you. Another is it provides mechanical support for internal cell materials. And this is also another things. Waste material it can be throughout the sites and it allow communication also, cell to cell connections. Nucleus is very important. Another important chapter. Nucleus is the central headquarter of any cell. So from here all the directions, what you have to do, what he has to do, all the cell organelles are controlled and all the functions are controlled by this headquarter. So nucleus is present at maybe at the side of the cell cytoplasms, and this particular nucleus first time reported or observed by Robert Brown. And for this its important function, nucleus is also called as brain of the cell because it consisting of the genetic material from which the genes giving the signals to make a functional protein, and that particular functional protein will work as per your requirements. So this particular cell organelle is very important for your exam also. If a cell is consisting of a single number of nucleus in a given cell, if a single number of nucleus is present, this is mostly found in 99% cases. In this case of plant cell, it is called cyanocytes. If it is situated with multinucleate, you can say multinucleate, because more than one number of nucleus if it is present in the cell, then the cell is called multinucleate. In case of plant cell, it is called cyanocytes. And in case of animal cells like muscle cells also consist of more than two nucleus. Four components are present in the nuclear material. What are the four components? That are nuclear envelope or nuclear membrane, cytoplasm or karyoplasm is also called, nucleolus, the jelly-like substances, and chromatin also. So what are the different types of these particular components? Cellular, like cellular membrane, nuclear membrane is also covered the nucleus from outer side to the inner side. This is semi-permeable and porous also. The space between nuclear membrane, outer and inner, it is called perinuclear space. Thus, from this section, the question is also coming, what is perinuclear space? And with the nucleus, there is a evagination of cellular membrane and make this endoplasmic reticulum structure. In the earlier pictures, in the cell, we have seen this thing also. So, this particular nuclear membrane also joined the ear with the nuclear membrane, nucleus. Nucleoplasm, this is the gel-like substances, that is the fluid of the unit, and it's consisting of primary protein material and RNA, and both of the things are important to make other components of the cells like other minerals, enzymes, conjugate proteins, and other things. Sites of certain enzymes are also present in the nucleus, because initially the protein has been synthesized in this area and enzymes are worked as per their requirements. So most of the enzymes are present into the nucleus. Nucleolus. Nucleolus, this is discovered by Fontana, and this is the central unit where only nucleic acids are present. It may be DNA, it may be RNA, it may be both. Its number varies from species to species. Again, for nucleus, the nucleolus number is variable. In some cases it is 1, most of the cases, and some cases it may be more than 1. It may be consisting of chromosome, RNA and ribosome. The site of synthesis of ribosome is different, but chromosome and RNA synthesis is basically conducting into the nucleolus. Chromatin, another part, the thread-like structure within the nucleoplasm, that is a chromatin fiber. This is basically help in making cell division process. Now these are the functions we have seen. As the chromatin fibers coil to each other and make chromatin reticulums. This is basically observed during cell divisions. So next one is cytoplasm. Cytoplasm is very, very important. This is the whole supporting materials. This only consisting of 10 to 15% area, because remaining 80 to 85% area are covered by vacuoles. Multiple structures and enzymatic systems. This is the main unit where glycolysis and protein synthesis